It takes countless hours to train for a race like Ironman, and when you do, you are at risk.
Before I head out the door for any session, I make sure I've got a few essentials, and one of them is my road ID. It has all my personal information on there, and my family's contact information.
The bike portion of the Ford Ironman World Championship is 112 miles. There are different packs of riders, constantly changing the pace. Some keep up, some don't. It's all part of one big energy calculation. How much do you want to have left for the run? Chris Lieto, an American, is trying to win the Ironman on the bike by blitzing through traffic and building a lead that can survive the marathon.
Chris Lieto surprises me every year. Just when you think he can't ride that bike any faster, he goes out and does it.
I think he's at another level to most of the other guys. He's, I think, the best bike rider in the field this year.
But what Lieto has in the bike, he lacks in the run. He knows he needs to build that big cushion on the bike and then hold off the good runners. It's admirable, but mostly futile. Still, it's all Chris Lieto can do. Play to his strength and know that right now, you would need a helicopter to keep up with what he's doing. Chris McCormack moving up on the right in the red. The pace is quickening as the riders head back to town. He certainly likes that.
It's getting better.
Why? The 07 champion has a simple plan to take out the pre-race favorite, Craig Alexander, on the bike and ruin Alexander's spirit.
He has a stellar run, but I think a lot of the guys, and I've tried to push that all year, even last year, have realised he does have that Achilles heel, which is the bike, and they need to exploit that.
If people are obviously going at a pace that I don't think I can sustain for the whole 112 miles, then I have to make a decision. Do I roll the dice and go with them? And chances are you could probably ride the ride with them, but you're going to pay for it somewhere. And these are the decisions that you need to make. And the reason people end up walking or slowing down is not because they're not good runners. It's because they've spent too much energy on the bike, pure and simple.
So, is Alexander fading, or just letting Macca be Macca? Another player is Germany's Andreas Raelert.
Andreas' performance in Ironman European Championships in Frankfurt, I'll go on record and say it's probably the greatest Ironman performance I've ever seen. Because of that performance, the whole nation has gone whoosh. The whole triathlon, that Andreas Raelert is unbeatable. He's absolutely unbeatable. I did an interview last night with the Germans and they said, "Do you think Andreas Raelert is unbeatable here?" I said, "Oh, absolutely. I don't even know why I trained." He definitely has the weight of a nation. You look at the press leading up in Germany and there's only one position for Andreas. It's first. If he was to have a war with anybody and finish second in a sprint finish, it'd be absolute failure.
Macca loves pushing buttons. Raelert finished third last year. To the women's race, as they near the halfway point on the bike. The shocking news about Chrissy Wellington's pre-race withdrawal is still rippling among the women. Now everyone's chances have improved. Marinda Carfrae finished second last year. When the news broke about Wellington, Carfrae's coach calmly said, "Nothing changes, run your race." Right now, she's a manageable 8 minutes behind the leader, Julie Dibbins. She's that good a runner. Dibbins' strength is the bike, while Carfrae is the record holder in the marathon. So Dibbins, like Chris Lieto, needs to build a bicycle cushion. This is 30-year-old Staff Sergeant Clayton Tresca. He's bigger than most Ironmen, but that's only the beginning of the differences. He's a Gulf War veteran. In 2008, he was diagnosed with testicular cancer, stage 1. During the treatment, he went from 300 pounds to 180. July 2009, he thought he was in remission.
Now that I was told I was in remission, I wanted to mark the occasion. It was going to be my 30th birthday, and I also wanted to kind of show everybody that I could bounce back from anything. and 2 lifelong dreams that I've always had. And one is to complete Ironman, and the other one was to go to college.
Dream 1. College is happening right now. Dream 2. As for the Ironman, he took advantage of living in San Diego to train hard. While doing that, he developed pain that was reminiscent.
I went to the doctor's office, and the pain was getting really bad, and I was really concerned about it at that point. And once again, he said that I'm fine, that I'm overtraining, and that I just need to stretch more and stay off of training. And then a week later, I was at work, and I had a knot develop in between my clavicle and my neck. And it was just just the size of a bean. It was really small. And then within a matter of several hours, it grew to the size of a baseball. Because of the aggressive nature of the cancer, I was done. And so I knew that, well, I was told that was going to be it for me.
Clayton is now faced with an experimental treatment, high doses of chemotherapy to eradicate every last cell of cancer. To survive, he'll have 2 stem cell transplant procedures to replace his immune system.
Treatment started and it was in full swing. So was my ambition to continue doing the Ironman. I was staying active and focusing on training, and I was linked up to all these different wires and cords and having all this chemotherapy pumped into my body.
Clay was actually doing lunges and thrusts as he went around the ward, and Clay's a big guy, so it was pretty dramatic and pretty impressive.
Walking around the nurse's station, which is 36 laps equals a mile, it just kept everybody in a very positive mood in a very dark time. That was a lifesaver for me. Of course, the number one question that every cancer patient asks once their treatment ends is, what's the prognosis of, and what are the odds of this coming back? When am I going to be done?
I think he has a very good likelihood of being cured of this disease, but it's not guaranteed.
If the treatment fails, I'm dead. And that's all there is to it.